Hello and welcome to the Cash Furnace. My name is Paul Konzerski, and together with my co-host Eric Downs, we aim to become your go-to source for stock and crypto market news. Today's date is Monday, February 22nd, 2021. Today's podcast is going to stock market, the market dump that shit on everybody's portfolio. In crypto markets, we're going to talk about BTC margins getting liquidated this morning in one of the biggest hourly candles we've seen to date. Risks of small cap DeFi lending, and then we might take a look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts and give you guys a bit of an update. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you see and you want the news to keep coming, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what to do. Help us run up this YouTube algorithm, and let's make some money. All right, Eric. It's been a sad day.
Can we just take a moment of silence for my folio today? God damn it, dude.
Let's just say the options account in my portfolio, our challenge right now is looking grim.
Dude, it's horrible. Oh God, today was so bad.
I agree.
Yeah. We called it, didn't we?
We did. We said it was looking risky. And this is what happens.
Oh, you cut out there I guess I cut out there for a second. We called it though, didn't we?
Yeah. Yep. We said it was risky, and it was. Jesus Christ, your internet, dude.
Let off some steam. We need to go down and test some support.
Yep.
And why didn't I take my own advice? Classic? Isn't that classic?
It is classic.
Even if you can't.
Happens every time.
Even if you have the foresight to realize what's happening, it's another step to go even further and actually listen to your damn self.
It's so true. You know why I think that is? I think it's because you're always second guessing, like, your own knowledge, you know? If somebody else told you, if Kathy said something, you'd be like, all right, I'm taking that as the word, right? It is our tablet. It's written in stone. It is what it is. That is the new rule of law. I'll follow her. But ourselves, we're not experts at this game, so you second guess everything you're seeing all the time.
I'll be honest with you, Paulie. I'm gonna hit myself in the face with this thing. It's just that kind of day. In the past, the text thread can even vouch for me on this. In the past, I've called out times when I thought the S&P was going to pull back, and I've been right. This isn't the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Now we were talking before the show started, and I was saying, I'm glad I've been converting. I've been closing a lot of positions that was getting me too much to manage. I'm moving a lot to stock, which there's no expert. I'm happy to let the thing, recover. And I'm happy about that. But I'll be damned, dude. I saw this come in. I knew it. I felt it. I could see it. And I was like, everything right now is adding up to a pullback.
Yeah, not a major correction.
I didn't do anything. Just a pullback. It's a healthy. Not worried about, not end of the world, not apocalyptic, but saw signs for several days, and I didn't do anything about it. Isn't it amazing? Whatever.
Well, you can't. You got to give yourself a bit more credit here, dude. You did make some moves. You closed a lot of positions.
Yeah.
You saved yourself a lot of potential pain. You're just mad you didn't do a little more. That's all.
Exactly. So, well, look, I have a few interesting things to report, though.
Okay, let's hear it.
Two. So number one, I want to check in with our Albemarle play. I've been following along. They know that on Friday when Albemarle took a shit,
Thursday.
I averaged down and lowered my cost. And you know what? Albemarle was ripping today. It got knocked down with everything else at the end of the day in Power Hour, but my position went from down, I don't know what it was, 60-some% to when I averaged down to 30. End of today, I ended up down 5.5%. Pretty big.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good recovery.
Yeah.
So here's another interesting thing I want to share with you. I have a few positions, and I mean a few, in my portfolio and green. And interestingly enough, they include, let's see, ONCR. That was an open insider. That was an open insider pick. TWO. That was an open insider pick. I didn't tell you. I forgot. I legitimately forgot that I didn't put that one up. But that was another one I found on Open Insider, and I tossed a few bucks at as immune to the volatility today. VUZI ended up 1 penny. I ended up a cent, a single cent on the day. Those stood out. There's not a lot of green in my portfolio today, but the ones that were green, the ones that I don't know shit, where I don't know shit about the company, I bought in because their CEOs, whatever it is, bought a crap load of stock recently, and I'm just following the. And look what it did, man. I don't. Look,
hey, man, could be a viable strategy.
I hate it as a strategy. I like the philosophy of it. I hate the mechanics of the strategy. The strategy, because as you and I, and that we both know what drives stock, what catalysts they have coming up. We want to know fundamental,
Right.
And as I always say, if you don't know why you're in, you won't know when to get out. And I don't know why I'm in these, aside from an important person in the company bought them. But that's not a good enough reason, because I still won't know when to get out.
And that's what I was just about to say. You don't have price targets right now, which is scary.
Exactly.
It is really scary.
It sucks. But this is the world I'm living in right now. So,
Hey,
it was a little bit of green in a sea of red today. That's all I can say.
Yeah, man, you're telling me with the perfect shoe into the massive Bitcoin drop we had.
Oh
this
my
morning,
Lord!
Wow, what a candle! I believe that was the biggest hourly candle ever.
Really?
Yeah, 19% drop, which, I mean, percentage-wise isn't the biggest, but dollar-wise, now that Bitcoin's as high as it is, absolutely. It was over $10,000 candle, dude. That's wild.
My God.
That's crazy to think about. If you traded it smartly with 1 Bitcoin, you would have made 10 grand today.
Ugh.
Crazy to think about. In 1 hour.
So what happened, man? Tell us.
So it's simple. Greed's all-time high. Funding rates for the past couple weeks, ever since Elon Musk announced that Tesla had bought into Bitcoin, have been at the highest rates since last February, actually, where we had one hell of a correction when coronavirus came, right? And honestly, it was a healthy sell-off. It needed to happen. A lot of accounts got their margins called, and a lot of money got lost this morning because people are leveraging the fuck out of their trades, and it's too much. Which always, I understand the basics of why you would get excited when a price is high and leveraging up, right? But all it takes is a tiny bit of time in the market to realize that if it's already skyrocketed like that and it's kind of hovering, that's not really a good time to go hard in leverage.
No.
Right. That's like one of the basic things you get really quickly as a trader. So it's sad to say, but I'm pretty sure a lot of small accounts, a lot of new traders, a lot of people that really couldn't afford to lose the money lost a lot of their account today, unfortunately. And the big dogs just scooped it up. Scooped it up right at where the last kind of, it wasn't even really a good resistance, but it was where the resistance, the last big price, consolidation was. It wasn't even big, but the last
Yeah.
price consolidation right at 46.
Yep.
So we dropped all the way from 56 to 46 in an hour, and the big dogs just scooped it all up right there. I mean, if I was watching it and it dropped and it like as soon as we hit 46 and I think it was like 46.2, just shot right back up.
I noticed that.
That wick was formed so fast it was ridiculous. And if you look at the volume buying, volume on average was right around I think Fridays was right around 5.5 billion. It was 8 billion today. And that was at its highest point right at there. Right at that drop. Which is pretty crazy. $8 billion traded within like an hour.
So, Paulie, I got a hot take here. I'm gonna say something little hot here, okay?
Yeah.
I don't wish financial ruin on anyone. At all. Ever.
Of course.
Never would,
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
would do that. But our markets right now are so frothy.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
And yeah, man. And if some people's accounts got blown up today, like there's a part of me that is kind of glad. Not
Yeah.
because they lost money, but because more so than anything else, aside from letting off some heat, some momentum heat, some price action heat,
Yeah.
it let off some of the froth. It let off some of the steam, and because that stuff that is almost to me, that stuff to me is scarier than
I agree.
than
When
low
when you
interest
see
rates or whatever.
when you see funding rates as high as they were, that that just means people are taking insane risks with their money.
Yeah,
And these exchanges are just like, "Oh, I guess we'll lend you it, but you're gonna pay out the ass if you want to leverage it in this area." And people still do it. And you're absolutely right. That's why I said it was actually a healthy thing, because they needed to go down. The margin needed to be, a lot of margin need to be liquidated in order to make this a healthy chart again.
yeah,
Otherwise, like you said, there's a lot of froth. We were at the point of boiling over, right? And we just turned down the temperature a little bit, kept it from the top of the pot, and came down a little bit, which is what we needed. You don't want it to get too hot. Otherwise, it boils over the sides, makes fucking messy your kitchen, and everything goes to shit real fast.
we don't.
You're back.
I'm not sure where the cutoff happened, but I was talking about a pot boiling over the sides, and when you chopped back in, you were too. Or did we just coincidentally and accidentally make the same reference?
We've been talking to each other too much, apparently.
Yeah. Whew. Hey man, that's chemistry, my friend.
Yep.
It's a sign of a great show.
That's true.
That's a great.
So I also
Yeah.
wanted to bring up, speaking of froth, and actually you brought up a point in the group chat the other day that you were on a Discord board and they were talking about a DeFi project and the insane percentages that some of the guys were pulling out of it. I believe it was Cake,
Yep.
right? So
Yes. Yeah.
when ETH dropped today with the market drop and everybody dropped, more than $25 million in DeFi loans got liquidated as well. And yeah, and if you look at these small cap DeFi charts, I mean, just fucking talk about, it's not even taking an elevator. It's like you got shot out of a cannon straight down off the cliff. It's ridiculous. And that's for our viewers watching, that was one thing that I kind of hesitate when I was talking to Eric about, because DeFi, you can make an absolute killing in it. If you're early, if you see a project come up and you buy in when that coin is 1 cent and you start loaning out crypto, you can make returns in the hundreds of thousands of percent. We're talking about in over the summer, there were kids making $15,000 a day loaning out their crypto.
My
And
God.
on not much either. We're talking maybe 10 Ethereum put into the crypto loans. It was absolutely astronomical returns. But when you get returns like that, I mean, there's incredible risk in it as well. And the problem is people will see these returns, but it's already after the fact. You're way too late to the party. You get greedy, you throw in, I don't know, 5 ETH, and then all of a sudden, rug pull, that thing goes lower than the cent that it originally was, and you've lost everything. All these people that are uneducated about how the system works, about making this money, about crypto lending, just get absolutely nuked. And their entire life savings, a lot of times, will be gone because they see this opportunity. They're like, oh my God, 15 grand in a day. Let me get in with everything I've got. And then they're done. In a matter of hours, it's gone. It's crazy. And I think I have the knowledge base where I'd be able to get into some of these projects really early and make these stupid amounts of money. But as an ethical thing, I refuse to do it at this point, because the only people, you wind up taking a shitload of money from people who have no idea what they're doing, and just it ruins people. It absolutely ruins people. Now, there are really good sides to this DeFi lending. And that's one of the things that worries me, is that projects like this, small little farming with these incredible yields, gives blockchain a really bad name. Like, we always talk about how I convince you to go over to BlockFi, right? And that's DeFi. That's decentralized finance. And what they're doing is they're lending out. They're giving you back a great APR, right? 6% on your crypto is fucking fantastic. But the problem is, that's what it was meant to do, right? 6%, 8%, 10%, like right around there. There are projects out there that you can go and you can feel safe that your money's in. But the fact that there is now DeFi insurance out there that people pay for, because this market is just so volatile and scary, it just kind of goes to show how unreasonable it can be. And people are just getting too greedy. 6%, 8% is plenty of APR. If anybody out there thinks about getting in some of these projects, I beg you, don't do it. And if you got lucky, just be happy. Count that money you got and stay the fuck out of it. That's all I got for my warning. I know your internet's been going in and out this whole time, Eric. I don't know how much of that you caught, but
here. Hey, Paulie.
I could hear you. I hear you now.
Hey, Paulie. Okay. Listen, my internet connection must be struggling really bad right now, so maybe we should wrap it up.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
However, there's one more thing we
What's
need to add. Breaking news, literally right now. And yet another reason I'm pissed at myself today. Lucid Motors just confirmed their SPAC deal with Churchill Capital. and the stock and CCIV is
Imploding?
imploding.
So it's
Imploding.
tanking, is what you're saying.
This is a sell the news event, and I will be damned. I don't know if I said this in the group thread, but I knew this going into it. I was thinking there is way too much froth happening right here.
We talked about this yesterday. Did you not sell half your position?
Did we? I didn't know what I was going to do. I was either going to sell half my position or I was going to sell covered calls, both of which give me, pros and cons either way. Well, today I sold a covered call on my position. Stock dropped throughout the day a little bit. Covered call went up about 35%. And I thought we might have been seeing a little bit of a bottom. So I closed it. I bought it back at a 35% gain, which is fine. Just fine. The stock's down 30% after hours. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it. I clearly knew it. If I'd have just held on to this damn covered call, it would open tomorrow, and this entire loss. Granted, look, I was up well over 300% on the stock position. I have nothing to complain about. I'm still up 162%. But man, I am like, that's my thing. I need to, my goal, my ongoing goal, Pauly. This is when I'm making a point. I use this USB adapter. My goal this year is to develop a stronger, more focused belief in my own analysis. Because time and time I've proven myself right, and I don't bet enough. I'll do small bets on a bunch of things that I'm not sure about just to see how they work. And every single time the market comes back with a big ass bat and smacks me across the ass and says, focus on what you're good at.
Hey, man.
Dude.
I completely agree. We talked about it, dude. I thought it was a sure thing. Yeah.
I acted on it.
Follow through.
I just didn't act with... I acted with like 50% conviction. And that was a problem. It wasn't a total loss. I'm not in the negative at all. It could be a lot worse. But damn it. Anyhow, that's all I can't do the show anymore. Run us out here.
All right,
Paul.
guys.
Get me off
this. You get the positive, you get the negative. Today, a little bit of the latter, but that's okay. We'll be here every day, showing you the good, showing you the bad. If you like what you saw, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Help us make more people more money so they don't lose their asses like we did today. With that,
indeed. Amen.
With that, Cash Furnace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.